Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Ellie back with another video. And guys, don't mind how my background looks. I'm actually in my brother's room and I am also wearing my brother's hoodie. And tell me how it's just mid-July and it's already so cold here. Like it has been raining every day for the last 5 to 6 days. So it's already getting cold here. It's July, but the weather is so perfect. I love the weather. Anyways, guys, today's video the other day when I came back from Dimapur, no, like when I landed in Dimapur and when I was on my way, I saw this one rice hotel, okay, on the way. That is where we usually, like, if you are traveling through taxi, like the Winger and bus or whatsoever, no, whenever you travel with that, you will stop by in that hotel. And that hotel reminded me of something, and I was like, why not make a story time on this, like, because it's so funny. But again, I don't know why, like, I was like, it's good for content and people likes to listen to story time, so let's do a story time on this. So in today's video I am going to tell you guys how a married army man almost ruined my life. Like he thought he can manipulate me because I was young and he had a job, like a government job, right? Army man is a government job, isn't it? And people are crazy over government job here, so he thought he can do it, and then he tried to manipulate me, but it didn't work. And that guy is not Naga or anyone, okay? He is from Tripura. Yeah, he said he's from Tripura. Many years back, I think 4 or 5 years back, okay? The time I did not have car, I did not have anything on my own, and I used to travel through taxi. And that very day I was traveling from Dimapur to Manipur, okay? And there was no war issue going on that time, no war, nothing was there. So the taxis and everything was, every day there were taxis taking passengers from Manipur to Dimapur and from Dimapur to Manipur, okay? And that time I went to visit one of my friend in Dimapur, and I booked a ticket and I was on my way from Dimapur to Manipur, okay? And then while after crossing Dimapur, there was this particular place where there used to be so many hotel, like so many hotels for eating food, right? So that winger stopped by in one of those hotel, and then when I sat in the winger and when I was on my way back till that hotel, I did not look at anyone, I did not talk to anyone. I was just minding my own business, and I was also tired, so I was sleeping the whole time. But when that winger stopped in that hotel, I went inside the hotel. Like, yeah, I was traveling alone, okay? I did not have my parents, no friends, nobody. I was alone. So I went inside the hotel and then I sat down. I gave my order because everybody was eating and I was also supposed to eat, and I was also hungry. So yeah, I also went inside with everyone, though I don't know anyone. I went inside with everyone. I sat down and then I sat down to order, and there was this one guy. He came inside, okay? He came and then he sat in the table. The table was very big, so obviously you have to share the table with everyone, not just myself, right? It was very big. So he came and I did not think anything because that was an uncle, like he was 40 plus, okay? I did not think of anything. He just came and said, and then he was talking to me, like trying to make a very normal conversation, like from where you are traveling, where are you from, what do you do, this and that. So I was talking with that uncle, and then we gave our order. The food came, I ate the food, and then after I finished the food, I went out to wash my hand, okay? Before paying, I went out to wash my hand, and when I came inside, the uncle said that I already paid for you. Like, I'm not even, I feel it's so funny calling him uncle, like after what he did, but but yeah, he was still an uncle to me. He was like 40 plus, okay? And he said that I already paid, and I was like, no, why are you paying? Like, it's okay, I can pay, I have the money. He thought that maybe I'm a broke student traveling. Yeah, I was broke student, but I was not that broke that I will not have money for my own food, right? I had money for that food. So yeah, he told me that I already paid. I told you will not have enough money. I was like, that is suspicious. But I said, okay, thank you. And then I went out, and I went to the washroom. And after that, we sat back in the vehicle again. And that time, I just ate. So I was not feeling sleepy also. I just sat down and, yeah, I just sat down. And then after that only, I realized that that uncle was sitting next to me, okay, just next to me in that vehicle. So he started talking to me and he started asking me, like, where did you go, for what you went, and are you traveling alone, this and that. I was so, like, I don't like to talk with people in the car, okay? I get headache and all those. And that was a winger, and the winger is like, if you don't get the window seat, your head used to be messed up. So yeah, thank God I got the window seat, and he was just next to me. He was talking to me, and yeah, on the way he was like, he was asking me like what your parents used to do. And that time my mom used to have a grocery shop, okay? And mind you, that guy is an army, like army guy. So he was like asking, and I told him that my mom have this grocery store, and he was like, oh really, I used to stay inside the camp, and then sometimes we used to get free time to come out to buy our groceries, so you give your number, and then whenever I come out, then I will um, whenever I come out, I'll visit your store and I will buy things from your mom's store. So I was like, that time I did not think anything. Yeah, that guy is like a very old guy. Okay, for me, I was very young that time. So for me, he is an old guy. So I was like, oh, nice. Okay, I'm going to, bring customer for my mom. So I was like, okay, sure, why not? And I gave him my number without thinking anything. But later I came to know that that is not the reason why he was asking for my number. But yeah, he was like okay, and then I gave him the number, and then we reached our destination, and he got down first. Okay, he reached his place first, and I reached my place afterwards after him. So he first reached, and then he got down, and till then I was not thinking anything. I was like, okay, like just a normal conversation. I was bored, he was bored, and we are just talking. And I was like, okay. And then I went back home, and the moment I reached home, he called me. Okay, and I was like, it's a new number, so I did not pick up. Like, why should I pick up? I am someone like, I never pick up any unknown number. So he called me, and then I did not pick up. So after he called me once, and then he did not call me anymore. But in the evening, he called me again and again, and I was like, who is this calling me so much? But when I pick up, he was like, it's me, the guy from that vehicle. Like, what's up? What are you doing? And I was like, who? And he said, that guy who paid it for your food. It's like it's like he's saying that intentionally, and I was like, oh, okay, hi, how are you? It's not, it's very rude. After he said that it's me who paid for your food, it will be so rude for me to just hang up. And I was like, yeah, I'm doing good, how are you, what's up? I just had my dinner, this and that, and I talked with him, normal conversation. And that they also just normal conversation. And I was like, okay, I have things to do. I didn't want to talk to him, he's an old guy. So I was like, I have things to do, I am going to hang up the call. And then I hung up. Okay, and he also said okay, and then he hung up. And till then I was not thinking anything, right? But the next day he called me again, and again. He kept on calling every day. I ignored him for like a week, but even after that he was not giving up. And then he called me, and then he was like, today I'm going to get off, so I'm going to come out, and then I want to buy things from your mom's store, so tell me where exactly is your place, right? So he told me that, and I was like, I was already getting so suspicious, like, I don't think he is there for, buying things from my mom's store. So yeah, I was so hesitant to tell him where exactly is the store. And then I was like, you just talk with my mom. And then I don't know why I gave my phone to my mom, and I was like, you talk with my mom or something like that. And I gave the phone to my mom, and my mom was like, hi, how are you? This and that. And my mom directly asked him, like, how many kids do you have? Because I told my mom that he's an old guy, right? And then he got so offended, and he was like, I don't want to talk about this topic or something like that, okay? When time comes, I will tell you something. Something like that, he said, okay? But we were not very interested, so we were like, okay. And then I don't know, my mom did not end up as telling him that location. We did not tell him, so he did not come to the store. But every day he used to call me, and I was already frustrated at this point. Okay, I was so frustrated, like I don't want to talk to him. And then I even called him, like that time I did not even have a boyfriend or anyone. I think I was single, but I even told him that if you are interested in me, and then if you are calling me because you are interested, then stop calling me, because I have a boyfriend. And then he was like, no, even if you have a boyfriend, it's okay, we can make it work. And I was like, oh my god, you are such an uncle. And I even told him that you are an uncle, my father, almost my father's age. So what are you trying to do? What are you trying to do? And then he was like, no, it's okay. Even though these days, even though it's like, even though we have so many age difference, these days we can make it work. And I was like, no, but I am not interested. I should be interested in order to make it work, right? I am not interested in you. So I told him that. And then he even told me that I am actually married, but I am actually married, and I have two kids, but I am not happy in my marriage. And the girl that I married, she is not my love. Like, it's an arranged marriage. And then I got married to her because my family, my mom and dad or someone used to be always sick, so I married her so that she can take care of them. And I was like, oh my god, what a loser. Like, you have a wife at home, you have two kids, like the kids are also all grown up, like 4 or 5 years old, and then you are trying to cheat on her with a younger girl like me. He thought that maybe I will be interested in him just because he's an army. But from the very young age growing up, I have already made up in my mind that I am never going to date or marry any army man. Just not my type. No offense, but I personally am someone who is not interested in army men, okay? But he thought that maybe he will convince me and I will fall for him or something like that. So I told him that you have a wife, you even have kids, and then you are trying to, flirt with me and trying to be, trying to date me or something like that. And he was like, yes, because I like you very much. And I was like, you just told me that very day, like that day when we came together in the vehicle, and then how can you fall for me so much? How are you so sure that I am the one? He even told me that you are the one for me, my wife is not for me, this and that. And I felt so bad for the wife, because that wife, she don't know, she is thinking that her husband is in the duty here, and then the husband is doing this kind of behavior. And the behavior that he is doing, I think I am not the first person. Maybe he tried with some other girls also, but I don't know it worked out or it did not work out. But with me, it did not work out because I don't like army people. So yeah, that happened. And then I was like, stop calling me, because this is not right, and I'm also not interested. And then I just blocked him, okay? I blocked his number. But even after blocking his number, he used to call me with his friend's phone, or I don't know, like the people with whom he's staying together, like the person with whom he used to go duty, or I don't know. He started calling me with so many numbers, okay? I was so tired blocking every number. Every day there would be new number calling me. And then I blocked so many number, and after that I think he also ran out of numbers. So after 2 3 days, I stopped getting his call, and I was like, okay, finally I am done, and he is not going to call me anymore. So after 3 4 days, he started calling again with a different number. So after 3 days, I did not know that it will be him, right? I thought it was some of my friends' family, I don't know who. But like after 3 4 days, I didn't know that it will be him. So I picked up the call again, and he started crying like, Illy, how can you do this to me? I even got punishment because I had to, go out of the army camp to go and buy SIM card so that I can call you. You keep blocking all the numbers, so I had to go out, and then I got punishment, and I was in the solitary confinement for 3 days, something like that. He told me, and I was like, who told you to go? And that is so stupid. Like, he is blaming me for the behavior that he's doing, right? So I was like, that is not okay, and then you cannot do this every time, so stop calling me. And then I'm not interested, and I don't care how what kind of punishment you are getting, but I'll keep blocking all the numbers that you buy. Even if it's a new number, all number, friends number, family number, I'm going to keep on blocking because I'm not interested. Because at this point I was already so frustrated, and I wanted to change my number, but that number, it was linked with all my documents, right? My bank account, my PAN card, other card, everything was linked. So I did not want to go through all those lengthy process. So I did not change my number, but I kept on blocking his number. So after that, I blocked him on everywhere. And then after a few days, I don't know how he found out my Instagram again. He started messaging me on my Instagram, and that was so creepy because his profile picture was his two kids, okay? And then he was commenting on my videos, on my photos, telling like, I miss you, pick up my call, please unblock me. Oh my god, you are using your kids pictures, and then you're talking to me like that. Like, how, what kind of a father you are? That was so embarrassing. And then even in Instagram, I blocked him everywhere, and he tried contacting me so many times. After that, like after all this incident, I blocked him, like I blocked him everywhere, right? And any new number who calls me, I used to block that number. So, and in between, I blocked so many of my friends' number. And then after a few days, I found out that it was not his number. But every new number, I was already scared. Like, I was like, what if he come, and then that our houses are very close by, he also lives here. So I was so scared, like, what if I run into him and this and that. So yeah, I was scared. But one day, when I was traveling to Dimapur again on the same road, like the army camp is just near the road, right? So when I was traveling, I saw him by the road, okay, in the roadside. He was standing there with his gun. I think he was on his duty, or I don't know, but yeah, he was standing there. He also saw me, but like I tried to hide my face like this, but I think he saw me. But after that, he kept calling with so many different number, but I did not pick up any call because, like, oh my god, how can you be so selfish? Like, just because the person whom you married, like, you could have said no, right, if you did not like that girl. But now you are married, you have two sons together, and then after that you are looking for someone else. And he was even telling me that, I'll divorce her, I'll get married with you, we will settle together. And I was like, no, I'm not interested in raising your kids. Like, what the hell, you think I'll be interested just because you are an army? Like, maybe he thought that I'm not doing anything like just because I'm an army man, I have a government service. So but I'm not like that. I was already working, like I was not doing the work that I'm doing right now, but I was already exploring so many things that time, and I was already like, my mindset was so clear that I want to do things for myself. I don't want to live on someone else's money, because if you are living on anyone's money, it can be your husband, your mother, father, your anyone, your brother, anyone, you will not have that freedom. When you make your own money, the freedom is different. So I had, my mind was already clear, though I did not have so much money at the time. It was very clear to me that I want to work and I want to, earn my own money and live. I don't want to live on anyone's money. And there is no freedom in that. I just don't want to live that kind of life. So yeah, maybe he thought he can do it, he can manipulate me because I was young and he had that kind of work. So I told him, no, it's not going to work out for us. So yeah, that is the story, and that was so creepy. And I saw that hotel, so I remember, and I just thought like, let's make a video about it. And yeah, many videos are coming up soon, so stay tuned. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay away from married men, okay? You should not get involved with any married men. So yeah, that was the story, and thank you so much for watching. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe, and let me know if you guys are enjoying story time. If you guys are enjoying, then I will try to think of all the story that I have in my mind, and then I'll try to do a story time. So thank you so much for watching. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.